Feeling good. Sore, tight. It's week, I think it's week 10, right? Well, week 11 with the bye week. So everyone's kind of feeling it, but feeling good.
Throughout a game where you're kind of dinged up like that, what drives you to keep going?
Just my teammates for sure. They give it everything they got day in and day out. So I have to give the same, and just the pride of that. And I kind of look at it this way: like Alex Forsythe hurt his shoulder against Washington last year, and played that whole 17-play drive with AC joint that was right hanging on. So I can play through anything. So
I was going to ask you about Alex in terms of just the progress you've made this year in terms of just kind of football knowledge. How much did he help you in having him around for a couple of years?
Oh, a ton. I mean, he sends me like good luck texts to this day. Like, we have a great relationship, but he took me under his wing, and he taught me like almost everything I know. And I really studied him. I really, wherever he went, I went. Like, I was a little brother. So anything he did and any wisdom that he would give to me, I would take and really cherish. So a ton.
How aware are you of just kind of the center position in Oregon and the history of all the great players that have come through, and does that kind of motivate you too in terms of holding that sort of a standard?
Oh, for sure. There's been a lot of great centers that come through here. Like I think about Hronis, I think about Alex, I think about so many good guys that have come through here, and it's not just that, but they're offensive linemen. The person who wore my number before me, I gotta live up to that standard. So we have a rich history of great offensive linemen here, and we try and uphold that standard every single day and in practice and in games.
You said last night on social media that you really love your coach, despite all that he's hearing and all that you guys are hearing as far as outside noise goes. How have you kind of seen him handle that when it comes to keeping himself focused and keeping you guys as a team focused as well?
I mean, I think it's refreshing. I mean, like, as a player, you look like those jobs getting opened up, and it kind of scares you a little bit because this is a business, and to see like coach come out and say all that kind of stuff and say how much he loves Oregon, like it's awesome. And I'm not trying to be like, but it kind of reminded me of kind of like me in high school. We had I think Oregon lost to ASU in 2019, and everybody was like questioning if I was going to still go there, if I was going to still be committed. And I was committed 1,000% because everything he said about how the resources here, the people, how this program is true, and it's reigned true. And having a coach come out and say that and blatantly saying I'm not going anywhere, I feel proud to be on this team, and I feel lucky enough to be coached by him. So
this isn't to diminish any of the staff who was here before, but how much does that mean to you after what you and a lot of other guys went through in 2021 after that staff left? I
mean, yeah, we have a little bit of PTSD. That's why when you go on there and Max Torres posts something, you're like, oh, see what happens. But it's, as I said, it's refreshing. It is, because you'll see a lot of coaches, as you said, kind of beat around the bush, and he just flat out came out and said it. Said how much he loved Oregon, and it's great. It's great to see. And we don't really look at press conferences that much because we're just so focused in ours. And but when you see that kind of pop up and you see that and how he kind of talks about us as a family, because we really are a family, and how he feels about us, it makes us proud and makes us happy to be here. So
ASU's defensive line was pretty disruptive against UCLA last week. Just what have you seen on film? What made them so successful last week and the challenge they present?
Well, they're a great program. I mean, their head coach, Coach Dillingham, was here last year, and he does a great job. And he brings that enthusiasm, that juice, and that just love of football. And you can see that trickle through their offense and through their defense too. And their D-line is one of their big strengths on their team. And, they move around quite a bit. They have great power. They have great speed. And we're excited to play. And it's a great opportunity. And we saw a lot of great stuff on film. I mean, film doesn't lie, and they're really good. So we're excited for a great opportunity. I'm excited to see him again because Coach Dillingham is not only a good coach, but he's a great person, and it's just good to see him. He's a cool guy.
Does that make? I mean, every game is important. This next game. Does going up against him, does that maybe add a little bit of extra for you guys this week?
I mean, I think we're just focused on us and what we're doing and how we're preparing. I think we're more focused on that. I mean, it's cool. It's kind of cool to play somebody that you kind of you played under, and I'd say it's cool, but I don't think it's the main focus. So.
What was talking about your guys' relationship in terms of pre-snap and how kind of that you guys have to have that chemistry. How have you seen that develop, and I guess how nice is it for you to have someone as knowledgeable as him to work with?
Oh, it's awesome. I mean, he helps me out quite a bit on a lot of things, and since before he's taught me a lot. But having that chemistry, pre-snap, him, it's settling. Like it's really like it makes it so I can cut it loose and have fun, because I don't have to stress that he's not going to do his job, because I know Bo's he's gonna give it 1,000% and do his job to his best of his ability. So.
You mentioned you kind of shadowed Alex. Do you see Poncho kind of doing the same thing with you right now in terms of just kind of following you around and trying to be a sponge?
I mean, yeah. I mean, a little bit. I mean, I think what's different with Poncho is he has a brother here.
Right.
So he's around him a lot. He's around Marcus Harper a lot. Marcus Harper's a great leader, and he's a great example too. He's around him a lot, and they get along really well. And, I'd say, yeah. I mean, I think our room is so great that way because, with Alex and all those guys, like those were the main core old guys. So like that was kind of it was easy to go up to those guys. Now it's like, yes, we have some old guys in our room now and we have veterans, but it's like everybody has great knowledge. Everybody, has youth. So everybody kind of just shadows everybody, and everybody just tries to hold each other to the same standard. But Poncho's doing a great job. So
how close is he to being able to play center at a high level, do you think?
I think he's really close. I mean, he's a great player, and he's going to be a great center. He'll be great whatever he does. He's smart. He's so smart, and he gets the offense, he gets the calls, and he's eager about it too. Sometimes you see young centers come in and they'll be, like me when I was young, so I'd be scared to make calls, and I'm going, he's just confident. He's just like, I know the calls. I'm going to make that call, and it's just really cool to see that, he not only does he make the calls and he does his job, but he does it really enthusiastically, and he tries to lead, which is, it's awesome. It's great to see as a young guy. So.
The Joe Moore Award released semifinalists, and your group made it.
Oh, good.
Why is this team? Doesn't matter what year it is, how many guys you lose, how many newcomers you have, how many returners, you're always on the list.
Mm-hmm.
What makes Oregon such a good school offensively up front?
I mean, as I said before, just, we've had a lot of great guys come through here. And the players, honestly, it's the players and it's the coaching. I think Oregon's done a great job throughout the years taking pride in their offensive line. I mean, you look at great guys like Jeff Swartz, a guy that, is really, so he's like a guru of the game. And you look at like guys like Alex and Penne and, Tyrell Crosby and guys like that. Those are like really special guys, and how they attack it. And I think it comes with the expectation when you come to Oregon is that, we've notoriously been known for speed. We've been known for airing it out, but you can't air it out without having a good offensive line. And I think it's just the standard of that. And I think I just really, and it's just great coaching. Like I've had unbelievable offensive line coaches since I've here. I've had 3, and it's been a privilege. So
we saw in one of those cinematic recaps Dan talking, I think it was before the Utah game, of just the perception of Oregon. You mentioned that the speed. How much does that motivate you as an offensive lineman? We want to be known as physical up front, not just the speed and throwing the football.
Well, yeah, no, for sure. I know everyone thinks that this is flashy, new uniform every week, and that's a chip on our shoulder for sure. But I think we just take that and we get to prove someone wrong. I think when you're in a position to prove someone wrong, and you're in the position to exceed expectations, there's excitement, and I think we just come with that every week. And if let's say people started saying, Oregon runs the ball really well, our next thing's going to be like, okay, now how can we be better? So,
with the penalty stuff, how close do you guys feel like you are close to getting it kind of short up, and it's been sort of the one Achilles heel of this offense so far?
We're working on it every week, and we're harping on it, and it's everything right now. So I think we're close to getting there for sure, and it's a great time to hit your peak, a great time to hit your best football. So I think we're just focusing on that.